Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Vicky and today you're joining me to make these super sparkly, very celestial star earrings. Now, I love these earrings. I just think they're really nice for the up and coming festive season, or maybe for around Halloween time, or just in general because you love stars like me. I do like a star shape, so I'm really loving these. And what I especially love about them is that they have kind of like stars within stars within stars. And what I mean by that is that they have this star shape on the outside with these crystals. And then there's these 5 bicones here that kind of make up another star shape around this little star in the centre. That's a little cabochon in a setting. And I just think that's kind of cool that that's how it worked out when I was designing them. So I hope you like them. I'll just show you the back very quickly. You can see that they're made up of in peyote, and yes, I think they're really pretty. Now today we're going to be making this colourway. So this is after using these colours on Perla, this like pale pink and bronze. I really loved the pale pink and bronze together, so I thought I'd make a star in one too, just to see how they looked. But I will list both colourways down below and any links that you need for the different versions. On this, the purple one, I've used this little tiny ear stud, a little crystal ear stud. But on the blue version, I've used this moon stud, which is I think really goes very nice with the design. Again, I will link where all these products are from, so you can check them out in your own time. And let's just take a quick look at what we need. Okay, so on my mat today, I have a size 11 delica, a size 15 seed bead, a 3mm bicone, a 4mm bicone, a little star cabochon. We're in settings. I will list the size down below for that. I've got this little tiny ear stud and a jump ring. This doesn't take crazy amounts of material, so you might be able to use those leftover bits of seeds and delicas that you may have in your stash. It uses probably about, I think it's 10 of these, and then maybe 30 of them. But again, I'll check that out properly and list everything down below in the material list. I have a size 12 needle and I'm using £6 fireline. And that's everything we need. So let's get started. Okay, so to start, we're going to pick up our star cabochon. Now, the star has 5 little holes, so we're just going to go straight through one hole and into the next. It doesn't matter which one you go into, so just straight through and take that down to the end of your thread. I've started with like an arm's length of thread. You could start with a wingspan if you wanted and make both earrings in one go from the same piece of thread, but I've just started with an arm span to make it easier to control, but you go with what you're comfortable with. So I've picked up my star and I've dropped it down to my tail end, leaving about a 10cm tail to weave in. And I'm going to pick up one 4mm bicone and one size 11 delica. And I'm going to drop them down to meet my star, like so. And then I'm going to take my needle back down the bicone and into the star, but I'm just going to go straight across, as you can see, straight across the back of that point. So I'm going back into one hole, the hole I was coming out of, and the next hole along. So down the bicone and then back into the star and the hole you were coming out of, and the next one along, and pull tight. And that will cause this little bicone just to sit on like a little point, like so. Just give it a little wiggle if you want to make it sit nicer. We're just going to do that again. So I'm just going to pick up one bicone and one size 11 delica. I'm going to drop them down to meet my star, like so. I'm going to go down the bicone, back into the star, and across to the next hole along, sitting behind this point, and pull through. And I'm just going to repeat that 3 more times now. And I'm just about to add in my last bicone. I'm just going to go down the bicone, down the star, and I'm just going to go straight across the star with this one, and up into the bicone facing. So as you can see, I've come down the bicone, through the star, straight across the star, up the bicone that's facing, and I'm going to pull through, and then I'm going to take my needle. So I'm going to pull through there we go, because I've been off camera for a minute then, and I'm going to take my needle into the size 11 delica that's above the bicone that I've just come out of. So like so. So you should be coming out of a size 11 delica now. Pull everything tight with your tail thread. We won't weave the tail thread in just yet, or I'm not going to. You can if you want to, but I'm going to do a few more rounds of beads first, and then I'm going to weave it in. I just want to make sure everything's where I want it to be before I weave this little one in. Okay, so coming out of this size 11 delica, I'm going to pick up 9 size 11 delicas. So that's 9. So 9 delicas, and I'm going to take them straight into the next delica along, like so, and pull through. I'm going to repeat that again, pick up 9, and go straight into that next delicate along, the next one above the next bicone, and pull through. And I'm just going to repeat that 3 more times. So you should have a total of 5 sets of 9 delicas. I'm just adding in my last set of 9, and I'm just going to take my needle straight into that first delica we started from, like so, and pull through. So you should have these 5 little, they're not quite points yet, but they will be. So it looks more like a little flower at the moment, but it will be a star. And I'm coming out of that delica above my bicone. I'm just going to go straight into that first delica of that first set of 9. So on that first set of 9 we've just added, I'm going straight into that first delica and pull through. So I'm now coming out of this one. We're now going to work in peyote. So pick up 1 size 11 delica. I'm going to miss the next delica along on the set of 9 and go through the one after. So miss the next one along and go through the one after, like so, and pull through. And you can see that this new delica we've just added is sitting above the one we've just missed. I'm going to repeat that again. Pick up 1 size 11 delica, miss the next one along, and go through the one after, like so. Again, that new delica is sitting above the delica we missed. I'm just going to repeat that twice more. So picking up 1, miss 1, go through the next one, and pick up 1, miss 1, and go through the next one. And I will now be coming out of bead 9 of the 9 size 11 delicas. I'm going to now jump. Well, I'm going to miss. So I'm jumping over it. I'm going to miss this this delica that we added above our bicone. We're going to miss that one now and just go straight into the first delica of the next set of 9. So we're missing that one that we added our set of 9 into and going straight into the first one of the next set of 9. And I'm just going to repeat adding them 4 delicas in again, and then jumping the one from the previous round. So continue adding in your 4 peyote stitches on your next 4, I don't know what to call them, points, almost points. So 4 more peyote stitches on there, on that one, on that one, and on that one, and you're jumping the single delicas in between. And once we get back to here, we'll meet up again to do our next step. So I'm just about to add in my last delica on this set of 4 of these 4 peyote stitches. So I'm just adding my last one, and I'm going into that 9th delica on that set of 9. I'm going to pull through. I'm going to jump the single delica from the previous round and go straight into the delica we started from when we started the round. So this would have been the one when we added our first peyote stitch. I'm going straight into that one and pull through. And that's how your work should look now. You may notice it's starting to pull quite tight, and that's good. That's what we want. So that's how it's looking now. I'm now going to step up into the first new delica we added in that round. So this first peyote stitch of this set of 4, as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're the beads we're going to be using now. So step up into that first one, that first delica that we added in that round we've just done. And now I'm just going to very quickly weave in my tail thread. I'm just going to add a couple of half-inch knots within this area to weave in my tail thread. Otherwise I'll find that this will pull quite loose at times. So I'm just going to weave that in. If you want to do the same, now is the time. If not, you can weave in when you're ready. But I'm going to do that right now. So bear with me. Okay, so I'm back now. I've added my tail thread. I've weaved my tail thread in. I've just added a couple of half-inch knots into the tail, and then I kept it in the area with the bicones and the cabochon, so the knots didn't hinder any of my work carrying on. So I'm coming out of this first delica on this new row that we've just added, the first one of the 4 delicas we added in that previous round. I'm now going to pick up one size 11 delica, and I'm going to go straight into that next new delica we added in that previous round and pull through, and that's given us another peyote stitch there. I'm now going to pick up 5 size 15 seed beads, and I'm going to go into the third new delica from the previous round, so like so, with my 5 new seed beads, and pull through. And that's how your work should look now. Then I'm going to pick up one size 11 delica and go into the 4th new delica from the previous round. So you can see I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 stitches now that we did in that previous round. I've now added beads in and pull tight, and that's how your work should look now. You should have this first delica you've added in, these 5 seed beads, and this new delica. Coming out of the 4th delica from the previous round, I'm going to pick up 3 15s, like so, and I'm going to go into the first new delica of that next set here, on that next, what will be a point at some point. So this looks like a petal at the moment, but picking up them 3 and going into that first new peyote stitch from the previous round, and pull through. And I'll just repeat that again. I'm just going to add 1 delica in between the stitches from the previous round. So coming out of the first stitch, go into the second with your new delica, pull through, pick up 5 15s, and go into the 3rd stitch from the previous round, 3rd bead, and pick up 1 delica and go into the 4th bead from the previous round and pull through, and then 3 15s and go straight into the first new stitch from the previous round. So you can see that we've essentially missed, just grab another needle to point it out, these 3 beads here. So the one above our bicone and the 2 we joined together earlier on. We've completely jumped them when adding these 3. So repeat from your delica to your 3 15s all the way around. Okay, so I'm just about to add my last 3 15s. I'm coming out of this one, and I'm going to go into that very first delica that we started from when we added our first delica on this round. And I'm going to pull through. And that's how our work should look now. I'm now going to step up into that first new delica we added in that previous round and pull through. We're now going to be working in 15s, so I'm going to pick up 1 15. I'm going to go up the first 2 15s of the first set of 5, like so, and pull through. I'm going to miss the next 15 along of that set of 5 and go down the next 2, and that will cause that middle 15 of that set of 5 to pop, so it gives us more of a point. I'm going to pick up 1 15 and go into the next delicate along from that previous round. I'm going to pick up 1 15 and go into the first 15 of that set of 3 15s and pull through. I'm going to miss the middle 15 of that set of 3 and go through the one after, like so. And again, that will cause the middle one to pop. And then I'm going to add 1 15 and go into the next delicate along, which would essentially have been where we've started from here, and pull through. And that's how your work should look now. You should have added 1 2 3 4 new size 15s on this round here. And I'm just going to do that again. So pick up 1 15 and go through the first 2 15s of the set of 5. Miss the next 15 along and go through the following 2. And if it's getting a bit stuck, like it's gone underneath your thread, just give it a little wiggle so it comes up at a little point. Pick up 1 15 and go into the next delicate. And then pick up 1 15 and go into the first 15 of the set of 3, jump the middle one and go through the one after. Like so. And then pick up 1 15 and go into that next delicate along, like so. And we're going to continue that all the way around, adding our 15s. And I'm just about to add my last size 15 seed bead, and I'm going to go straight into that delicate that I started the round from, and pull through. And that's how your work should look now, and everything should be nice and firm. I'm now going to go into the first 15 that we added in that round that we've just done, and pull through. I'm now going to pick up a 3mm bicone. I'm going to jump the 5 15s and go into the second new 15 from that previous round. So jumping the 5 15s and going to that next 15 along, and pull through and pull tight, because you really want your this to now join together. Essentially you want it to pull tight to get these points really lovely. Coming out of this 15, I'm going to pick up 1 4mm bicone and 1 15, and I'm going to take my needle through the delicate bead that sits above the bicone here. So that very first delicate bead we added when we started, I'm going to take my needle straight into that one, like so. Pull through and pull tight. Give it a little pull to make it nice and tight. And that's how your work should look now. You should have these 2 new bicones and that single 15. I'm going to pick up 1 15 and 1 4mm bicone, and I'm going to go straight into that 15 here that we added before the 5 15s on the previous round. So not the one after the 3 15s, the one that is before the 5 15s. So there, straight into that one, and pull through. Just my thread's trying to get off my needle. There we go. And again, pull tight. And then I'm just going to repeat that again. I'm going to add my 3mm bicone and go into the 15 after the 5 15s, and pull through. I'm going to pick up 1 4mm bicone and 1 15 and go into that delicate just above the bicone here, the very first one, that one, and pull through, keeping your tension tight, and pick up 1 15 and 1 4mm bicone and go into the 15 before the 5 15s, the single 15 before the 5, and pull through. And that's how your work should look now. And we're just going to repeat that all the way around, adding in our 3mm bicone, then the 4mm with the 15, and then the 15 with the 4mm, all the way around. And I'm just adding in my last 15 and my last bicone, my 4mm bicone, and I'm just going to go straight into that 15 we started from when we added our first 3mm bicone, like so, and pull through. And that's how your work should look now. You should have this really nice, and it should be quite firm. You do need to really keep the tension when adding them bicones, and just give everything a little pull, just to make sure that everything is nice and tight and it's really getting that shape. Now I'm going to add my little loop. So I'm just going to grab this other one. So to me, I wanted the orientation of my claws on my cabochon here. I wanted the loop to sit above the 2 claws with the 1 down here, because it's 3. So I'm not coming out of anywhere near that. I need to be coming out of, let's turn this one so you can see. I want to be coming out of this middle 15 of that set of 5 15s here above this 3mm bicone, but I'm coming out here. So what I'm going to do is just weave through my beads until I'm coming out of this 15 here, so that the claws on this star cabochon here are in line, the 2. So it's kind of like sap between them essentially. At least it would be if that's where it was. So weave around. You don't have to do that either. If you're not that fussed about where the claws sit, you can just weave up to that 15 now. You can just weave through your beads to get there, but I'm going to weave over to that one, just so it's the same as that one really. So yes, I'll meet you there in a second. Okay, so I'm now coming out of this middle 15 of that set of 5 15s here above this 3mm bicone and in line with my 2 little claws, and I'm going to pick up 5 size 11 delicas. That's 5. And I'm coming out of this side, so I'm just going to go straight back through it, through the opposite side, to what I'm coming out of, like so, and pull through. And this is going to give me a little loop for my ear wire. Now I'm going to go forward into that first size 11 delica, the first one of that set of 5. That's how your work should look now. And I'm going to pick up 1 size 15 seed bead and go straight into the next delica along. So 115 and into the next delica along, and then that one will just sit between these 2 delicas. And I'm going to repeat that 3 more times, adding in 3 more size 15. Oh, is it 3? 1, 2, yes, 3. 3 more times, adding in size 15 seed beads just between the delicas. And eventually finishing back in my 15 that I started from, like so. I'm going to go through all them beads again before weaving in my thread, as my component is finished, my star component's finished. So I'm just going to go through these again, and while I'm doing it, I'm just going to add a couple of half hitch knots, so through that one. And if you're not familiar with half hitch knots, if you go under the thread between the 2 beads, so if you come, I'm coming out of this delica one, so I'm going to go under the thread between the delica and the 15 and pull through, and that has given me this loop. And I'm just going to take my needle through the loop, and you have to be aware of where the knot's going to fall, because this is going to make us a knot. We want it to fall between the bead we're coming out of and the next one along. If it goes anywhere else, you will see the thread over the beads. So pull very gently, does it, and there we go, the knot is now hidden. And I'm just going to go through a few more beads and do another one, and then I can chop off my tail, not my tail, chop off my my working thread, and then we'll just add the ear wire and the jump ring. So I'm just going to chop that off now because that is done and dusted. Okay, and that's how my little components, my little star components, my earring is looking. I'm just going to grab a pair of pliers. It's like I know I need them, but I never think to put them on my map before I start filming. So I've got a little jump ring here, so let me just grab these pliers. So to open my jump ring, I'm just going to go one away from me and one towards me. So like that. I'm going to pop that tiny little jump ring through the loop. I'm going to pick up my ear wire and just make sure I'm putting it on the right way, which is that way. And then I'm just going to grab my jump ring again. And this time I'm going to take the other hand away from me and the other hand towards me to close, like so. And that is my second earring to go with this one, finished. And I love them very much. They are really pretty. Now I can't decide which colour I like more. I think I'm leaning towards the blue because I'm more of a blue person. So definitely leaning, and I love these little ear wires on the blue ones, but the pink and purple are gorgeous. So there's a couple of different options. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel. There's lots of other content to come and lots on there now. There's 40 odd videos I think, which is crazy considering I only started my channel in March. So, and now what are we, we're in September, so that's a lot of videos, that's a lot of beadwork. I hope you're all enjoying what the content I'm giving out. And yes, that's everything. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye now.